All right, guys, we are here in the kitchen, and this is where most of the design work happens. A lot of decisions are made in here. We're going to start off with the cabinets and the cabinet layout, and then we'll work our way out from there. In this house, you've got three things, and in any house, you've got three things to kind of work from, and that's the budget, the specific space you're working in, and then the feel of the house. So in this house, this specific space is large, so we can put darker colors if we want. There's a lot of natural light. The house is very traditional. It's a historic home, and so we want to stick with that feel through the whole house, especially in the kitchen. We don't want to put something super contemporary in an old house. It just won't feel right. So we're going to stick with pretty traditional things in here. So we'll start with the layout on the cabinets. We like to keep the plumbing and the electric where it is if possible. It saves money, but if we need to move it for aesthetics or functionality, we will. In this case, we're going to start with the sink. It'll go under the window naturally. So we'll start there. In this case, we do not need this exterior door, so we are going to close that in. That gives us a lot more counter space. And they previously had an island that stuck out here. We don't need that. We have plenty of space for a table on that side of the room. We also have a formal dining room. Islands are expensive. It's a lot of countertop. You have to add a bar top to it to sit at, so it adds a lot of expense. We only do them if we really have to for the space. So we'll get rid of that, and we'll run our cabinets down, hopefully an equal distance on each side. That's more aesthetically pleasing to have it equal. If you can't because of space, we'll cut it a little short, but ideally you'd like for it to be even around the sink if you can. So we'll start with the sink here. Your next would be your dishwasher. It needs to go to the left or right of the sink. In this case, because we have an entryway from behind you there, it's probably ideal for the dishwasher to open on the right-hand side of the sink, so that since this is a walkway, your dishwasher isn't constantly open. If that's not an option, if something else needs to go on the right, it's fine for it to go on the left in this situation, but we're going to put it on the right here. So then we've got our range and our microwave and our refrigerator left. The refrigerator is a big deal. It's huge, it's big, it sticks out, and it blocks a room, and that's what we don't want it to do. So in this case, you've got an entry door here and an entry door here. So we don't want to put the fridge on the end here, because when you walk in the door, it's the first thing you'll see. It'll block the whole kitchen. It's not aesthetically pleasing. You don't want to put it inside the other entry door for the same reason. You don't want to walk in and immediately see a massive fridge, not to mention the doors opening will get in the way of the walkway. So ideally, we'd like to put it here in the middle if we can. We also don't want to put it against a wall if you can help it. Doors don't open all the way when they're against a wall. If you have to, you have to. You leave a few inches, but ideally you put it in the middle here. So in this scenario, we're going to work up our ideal situation, which is the fridge in the middle. We're going to price there's no pantry in this kitchen, so we're going to price a full-size pantry that goes up, a fridge cabinet over the top, and then a wall and base cabinet here as a spot for like landing mail and keys and things. And then over here, you've got the dishwasher, the sink, and then we'll add our range in just to the left here with cabinets on both sides. So that should be a good layout. If that works within our budget when we get our quote, we'll leave it at that. If it doesn't, we'll start rearranging and start taking out bigger pieces that aren't necessary, like the pantry. We'll move the fridge, things like that. So we'll work backwards to get in our budget. As far as the other things in here, we'll probably go with a white cabinet. It's a very traditional look. It goes with the farmhouse look. It's a big space, and the white cabinets will complement all the white trim in here. And then we'll go with a little bit of a darker wall to make the wall cabinets kind of pop. As far as light fixtures, we probably won't spend the money to move this light fixture over a theoretical table. Not sure someone will actually put a table there since they have a dining room. And we also can't patch that tile. We can't get that tile, and a patch would look funny. If we had to, we would, but in this case we won't. We'll just put two matching semi-flush mount type lights, and this will just kind of flow and be nice and clean.